Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video. I am back here to the Red Velvet Dragon, and this is funny because I said about 2-3 days ago that I wouldn't be making a video on this team. Yet I've got it figured out, so of course a video had to be made. And that's what I'm here to show you today. A little heads up before I go into the actual team and the run. This strategy is still very high end. It's very intensive. You will be needing several things mandatory, like a fully maxed out prune. You will need Snapdragon, of course, they're not replaceable at all. You will also need like good bonds, good laps, and so forth, because otherwise your cookies will probably not survive. So if this doesn't end up working for you, that's totally fine. I have a normal margarine Red Velvet Dragon video that you can refer to instead. But yeah, let's go right into the team, shall we? So, the team is as follows: Milky Way, margarine, prune juice, eclair, and our new member, Snapdragon, instead of Sherb. Which is very nice. Now we don't have to worry about Sherb dying. Now we have to worry about the entire team dying. Yoo-hoo! The treasures are almost the same. It's still scroll and clock, but we will be replacing the pin cushion that we normally use in this team with whistle instead. So let's get right into the toppings. Milky Way. For Milky Way, you will want as much cooldown as you physically can and as much attack speed as you physically can. Nothing else. It's that easy. Of course, if you don't have a fully maxed out, you might need a little bit of damage resist. Hopefully you don't, but it might happen. For her cooldown specifically, I would go above 24.6, and attack speed, just go as high as you can. So, margarine. Important about margarine. Margarine needs to be at least 1A. Why is this? Is because he needs to be taking the buff from the whistle buffs to cookies, and you want that to go on prune and margarine. If margarine is like low promotion, then eclair will take it, and we do not want eclair to take it. He already has tendencies to die, and with whistle he would probably die even more, even if you have more DR. And of course this does give you more damage if the whistle is on margarine, so you definitely want it on him. So, for margarine, it's full attack, just focus on attack stops. For me, he needs about 10% DR. If you're like 1A, you might need a little bit more, but that's fine enough for me. And for cooldown, it needs to be at least 5%. Then, prune. He's probably the hardest one to build here. For prune, you will be needing at least 25% damage resist to make sure that he stays alive, and at least 22% cooldown. And of course, if you can, get some attack subs, because it does add a lot of damage for him. Then, eclair, a little problem child. For him, always as much damage resist and HP as you can. Just get as much as you can. And compared to the old strategy, he needs a little bit more cooldown in this one, about at least 7% is what I would recommend. Now, new member, Snapdragon. If you already have them, congratulations, you got lucky, or you spent money. Doesn't matter which one. Of course, higher promo means better healing and more survival, but 0 star, like mine, does actually work. For the actual build, it's gonna be full cooldown, and they will need at least 24.3% cooldown, but of course, the more, the merrier. And I do recommend attack substats, because that will make them heal even better. Yeah, that's the entire topping roster, so we will go right into the battle. I wish you luck, and I hope this fight works for you as well. Okay, real quick, editor, you'll be jumping in. This strategy is quite easy to time, but the one thing that you must note is at the start, you can either just queue Snapdragon as normal, but this can give you a little bit less damage output, and we want to get the optimal damage output. So what we do now is a bit after where they would normally cast, right around like the 5th purple tile on the ground, just count the tiles in your head. When Royal Margarine walks on it, that's when you ultimately cast Snapdragon. You can also just queue them, but this is a bit easier for me. And that's it. About 400 plus, so I think it's more worth it to use than the Sharp Strat, if you can afford that, of course. If your prune is too low or you keep dying, just take consistent runs over this. But yeah, that's it. I hope this video was helpful and see you in the next one. Goodbye!